Welcome back to Product Like It's Friday, where hopefully we're actually doing something.
Doing product instead of yapping. Just,
Yes. So last time we had, it feels so long ago, we had discussed the potential paths we want to go down, and I felt like I wanted to get Cocoon to a place where it's something that I can log into and access from multiple different devices and potentially share with other people. And that's what we're here to do today. How are you feeling about like that as the, I guess, the soft goalpost?
Yeah, I feel good about it. I don't know how far we'll get today because there are steps before we get to other steps, and so it'll be curious to. I'll just yeah. Let's see how much progress we make. I'm curious.
Cool. I will also confess that. I mean, it's been a couple of weeks. I feel like since we touched Cocoon, at least here. So I will also admit that I have done a few secret things in the meantime.
Oh, okay, yeah. I feel like you had messaged me about some of these secret things, and I didn't respond. Is that correct?
Maybe.
Now that my
Yeah. I think so.
Does it have to do with a certain feline
Yes.
energy? Let's just say, if I can
does.
just. Okay, all right, yeah.
Let me just. It's also been a while since that happened, so I'm just pulling it up to see what I even did. How do you see the history of like the commits?
In VS Code, I don't know. I don't use VS Code.
Okay.
Somewhere I think if I'm to guess, obviously it's gonna be in the version control kind of, the place where you commit. Sometimes in the bottom half of that side panel, it'll show you the commit history.
Okay, yeah, I see them. All right, let me share.
Are you? Yeah, I was gonna ask. Are you currently sharing your screen? Are we in sharing screen mode? Oh yeah, just what just what the doctor ordered. Is this it? No, this is not it either. Is this it? Also not it. We could do this, for example. That's not it. Hold on. We're gonna get this right one day. Okay, yeah, this seems very close.
Yeah. So let's see. So I think this is what I messaged you about.
That's the commit message. Yes, I recall
now. Which was September 20th. And this was when
2 a.m. Yeah, that makes sense. that tracks. That tracks.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, I feel exposed.
It's like if you decided to share your commit history
and
to the world.
The previous one is at 1 a.m. Oh, okay. So I did a few things. I don't remember where we left off on plist, so I might be repeating things that were already covered.
Yeah. Still good for even just to remind ourselves, to be honest.
So maybe let me share the app. There we go. So a couple of things I played with. One is in order I wanted to start working on like It's Complicated, if you recall, and as a starting point, I just made this button like bypass having to select a mood or select what do we call it? A mood level. And then another few small things I did was just like making this button skip when stuff is not selected, and then making it green when things are selected.
Okay. Yeah.
Not sure what. Yeah, I'll have to see if this will be registered because it's associated with a level. So yeah. Anyway, I don't think I'm gonna touch that anytime soon, but just making things skippable.
Oh
And
wow!
here's
Look
the
at
cat.
that. Okay. And is this friend here hand animated? Do you have
Yes,
a corresponding Figma with
I have a
the sprites?
corresponding. I have a corresponding Procreate. I actually ended up. I feel like you hinted at this at some point, but the sprite approach, while it was cool to learn, feels like way too complicated for what we're trying to do here. So this
Right.
is just animated. I think it's just a GIF.
Okay, and this GIF is overlaid kind of right on the edge of this text box that we have.
Yeah. I tried to tweak it a bit because I don't like the placement of the saving indicator. But it's
Okay, yeah.
Anyway,
Why don't you like the placement of the saving indicator?
because it's touching. I don't want them touching the box.
You could give that some bottom margin. So there might be some mild misalignment, but that might at least address your touching situation. But okay, yeah.
Anyway, I was like, I tried to AI it a couple of times, and I was just getting nowhere. And I was like, okay, this is not worth. This is not worth whatever time I was putting into it. So
Okay,
this cat does not have multiple states, so it's always going to be smacking for now, just because I did not animate multiple states.
And just what are the other states apart from smack?
I want like a rest state, like where it's just chilling. And then the smacking should be only happening when you're typing.
Got it. Okay. All right.
And back when I was experimenting with like that blob, there was a state of like sleeping as well when you are like away from keyboard for, I don't remember, X seconds. But
right. Yep.
I don't know if there's anything else.
What's your general sense? What's your general sense here with the blob versus the cat? So now the blob did do more, the cat does not. And if you had to choose one, what would you be choosing?
I like this. And like, I'm curious about your thoughts, but my intention with Cocoon is that I'd love to be able to like chip away at what I want even after we like stop working on it here.
Yeah. Yeah, of course.
Yeah. So I'm happy to like create more states for the cat. And I don't want like, this is just a quick sketch. Like I want what I actually want is a specific cat in my life. His name is Boba, and he is my sister's cat. He's like this cute, like goblin-looking black cat, and I have been observing him.
Okay, and so we want Boba to be here. Yeah, I mean, listen, you know how much I love scope creep. So what I want here really is for the cat to be just walking along the top. You know what I mean? With like the leg, like this is a great start. Don't get me wrong. I really like the direction this is going in. I like the cat living in the corner, but more importantly, I like the cat sort of just getting up off of its corner, jumping onto the text box and just walking over to what's contributing to this feeling, and then walking back. That's what I want to see as a non-user of this app, but that's all I'll say.
I really like the idea of like adding scope creep. adding
Don't I know it?
Yeah. Better than anyone else. I like the idea of like using actual pets that I know, of like a cat or like a dog,
right,
or
yeah,
guinea pig.
right. So the pets,
yeah, it's like a Easter egg for me.
Yeah, I just the thought I got here, which is just ridiculous, so I'll say it, is you upload a picture of your pet, and then AI,
I know,
sort of pencils it out, gets you the animated things, and now you have your own pet.
Isn't that so cute?
Pet sort of outline. I'm just saying, okay, well, put that in your Notion.
I'm gonna need a lot of help. I don't think there was anything else that I played with. Oh, there were. I tried to. Again, this is me experimenting with like a situation where like you don't record a mood level. So I played with that a little bit, just displaying that. But yeah, I think that was it. I moved. I don't know if this is pre or post us working on it, but I moved like the button up rather than like it being anchored at the bottom. Just because, like, at least on the desktop, I'm like, I don't want to scroll down to add something.
Yep.
There was a small bug, and I'm not sure if it was introduced during all the AI-ness and like me not testing every single thing after each change. And the bug was like when you're exporting, I don't know why it was only exporting like the first 7 items rather than the whole thing.
Oh, nice.
And so I think I fixed it.
Okay.
And I think that's it.
Okay.
So if we're saying we want to add some sort of authentication and we want to deploy it so it's accessible elsewhere, what's a good starting point?
You tell me what you're thinking. You tell me what your assumptions are, your best guesses are.
My assumption is that, I guess my thinking process is that like is one of them like a blocker or like can increase complexity for the other? Like, is it like
Yeah. Can you explain that in sort of in a
fuller
manner?
As an example, like if we did authentication first, like does it mean that when we do deploy it, there's less, I don't know, there's less work? I don't know if that makes any sense.
Less work towards what? Less work
towards like making the authentication work post deployment, or does it matter? I don't know.
I'm not sure I understand. You're just saying if we implement authentication, making authentication work post deployment, those are the same, like.
Yeah.
Is that? Did you mean to say something else?
I meant like, does it make more sense to do authentication, have that figured out first before deploying it? In terms of like Yeah.
I see what you mean now. Okay, just talking about general deployment.
Yeah.
Like you want to get it deployed somewhere. Got it. I mean, what's the value of deploying it?
So it's shareable, I guess. But at the same time, like if I can't have my
Yes.
existing entries, then maybe it's not as helpful anyway.
Yeah, because if so, it would be shareable, except it wouldn't be. The person who you share it with would only
Yeah.
be able to access it on the single
Yeah.
device. So that's the trade-off. Is like, okay, well, then is it worth deploying before we have authentication? And you get to make that judgment call.
Okay. I feel like in that case, maybe authentication comes first.
Okay, yeah. We do have to figure out a few things that are typed together. One of them being that we're currently using a browser-based database, IndexedDB, to store the journals. And that's fine. We can continue to do that. But for authentication, we'll need a server-side database. Like, we'll need it. By default, in my setup here, I had set up a SQLite database by default. And so, interestingly enough, we'll need at least some consideration to where this will be deployed that supports a SQLite database setup on subsequent deploys. And so that's something we'll just have to keep in mind. We might switch to a Postgres database if necessary. But for now, we can move forward with SQLite, at least get authentication working locally, and then choose afterward. Oh, okay. Yeah, it's unclear here whether, like, supported providers, Netlify for static and web applications.
Interesting.
Yeah, I guess we could just start with authenticate, like a logging in type thing, and then see how it goes. I do have some thoughts on that note, which I'll need to double check, because I do have a suggestion. Which might actually add more work, not less work.
You have to explain why.
I will. I will for sure. It depends on what kind of outreach you want. Parts of authentication are there's different ways. Like, for example, we can have a kind of a username password type situation. I know you've mentioned before you're sort of partial towards magic links, perhaps in certain situations for logins. There's also the case where you could have like a Google login, or even a Notion login. It turns out.
Oh, that's a thing.
It seems like it is. If you type in login with Notion, like there's something called Notion Auth. And my assumption here is that you have to. So what you have to do for this is you have to create a Notion app, and then enable OAuth login authorization through that app, and then when very similar to login with Google, you'll have a login with Notion button, which redirects you to Notion. You log in, and now you're authenticated through some Notion thing. What this allows us to do additionally is potentially store the posts in Notion, or store the journal data in a Notion table even. So instead of even just having a database in the backend that stores the stuff, maybe you could do it entirely off Notion. Maybe that's ridiculous, but also maybe that's comforting
I mean,
as
yeah.
well, that knowing that this is synced back to Notion. Um, I'll just leave that as a thing here, and then see what like the simplest thing to do would be just user login, user password login, standard, straightforward, ready to go.
I like this idea. I mean, one.
Mm-hmm.
I thought you don't like scope creep.
It's not my project. I mean, it is, but you know what I mean. Like, I'm not implementing it, and then I don't have kind of
What do
like
you mean you spent months on it?
I know. What I meant by that was, like when you're deploying to a user of one, which is you, it really is like it's yours in terms of like the usage of it. And so if it's more work and you're deciding, then you're just really delaying your own usage of it for that
I
purpose.
see.
So that's the perspective I meant it from. Not like working on it. I mean, like, okay, whereas like in my professional work life, I'd be like, okay, well,
Okay.
are there any users that have brought this up? But it turns out, it's like, is this anything the users want? But as it turns out, that's you.
How does
So
it feel
like,
to
that's what I
have
meant.
direct access to users?
It's trickier. It's trickier than one would think. That's all I'm saying. How does it feel for you? How does it
On the
feel to
other
be
side?
both the user and the builder?
Great.
That's the real,
great.
yeah.
It's a
But that's the real trap, is how much is this worth it?
I feel like I'd rather have it work first, like the
Yeah.
fastest path to like having some form of authentication. So I guess let's do the password path.
Yeah, absolutely. I think I just wanted to bring it to your attention because I was curious, because you had mentioned your sort of love for Notion as a tool generally, and your general reliance on it as well. And then I was curious whether they provide authentication. And so I kind of just want to bring it to your attention that this is a path that's available at some point. But yeah.
Okay. Do we just like what happens next? I've never dealt with authentication. It feels very like vague and scary.
Okay, sure. I mean, I would actually suggest loading up Windsurf and asking your friend how, like, describe your intentions and then ask it for suggestions. I have suggestions, but now you have more friends. You have
I was
other
gonna
friends
say,
now.
I thought you are the friend.
But I mean,
All right.
it's independence. So what's your primary goal with authentication?
Um, Save the
Nobody wants authentication, right?
Be able to access data for a specific user. I know that's poorly phrased.
Pretend you're telling me.
I want to be able to log in and see my journal entries and add to my journal entries.
That's not. Yeah, but not quite. That's not. You're able to see your journal entries and add journal entries now. So you just want. So it just seems like you want to add login. So it seems like login is the purpose. What's the purpose?
I want my journal entries to be tied to me as a user.
Why? That still doesn't explain why. That just seems like login. That addition just
so
seems like
it's
login.
Secret.
It's again, all of those things are true now.
That's true. Yeah.
It's when you log in. So essentially, everything you've described is I just want to add login without why you're adding login.
Oh yeah, I did mention like being able to access my journal entry from any device.
There you go. So I think that's the context that we do want to provide this friend, because you might even go down the route, like if you want to play with it a bit, you might even go down the route of just suggesting that and asking, like saying this is what I want and asking it what it would suggest. And it may not suggest login, it may suggest something else. We'd be surprised. But I just meant that, like I wanted that clarity of like, what is it that really that you want? And this proves, ladies and gentlemen, that users don't really know what they want.
Yes. I'm curious if it would come up with other ideas.
Yeah, ask it for suggestions on how to make that possible.
Oh my god, I'm typing properly.
Did you have a typing issue before?
No, I just sometimes type less properly.
I'm curious here. If you scroll up, it's unclear to me whether 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is the steps it wants you to take. So are those the steps?
That's what it seems to me.
Yeah. Okay. Here's a straightforward approach. Okay. Yeah. So it's suggesting setting up a backend API, which I technically we already have. Database options. Well, it's interesting that it hasn't said, "Oh, you're already using SQLite." So interesting. User authentication. So it wants us to authenticate in some way. So it's not suggesting some other thing. Data sync. Yeah, I like this. Like this would have been my approach of like offline first, which we already have, and then we sync whenever like you're connected to the internet. And handle merge conflicts, and neither of that can get complicated. And then number 5, sorry, you scrolled down too fast, if I may. Sorry. Deploy your backend to Vercel Netlify or a VPS. Set up a proper database. So it wants you to not use SQL. It hasn't even meant like, is that a dirty word? Like, can you, just for clarity, can you ask it, like, saying we already use SQLite? Can we continue to use that?
Is this how you spell it?
One word.
One word.
One word, one L. It's like, oh, and it's just now it's just trying to help you. Oh, this is interesting. If you scroll up, it suggested a Cloud SQLite, which there are options out there. I'd want to know if Netlify supports SQLite, just like by default without having to juggle anything.
I'm just gonna ask it on that. Can't spell.
Oh. Oh. It says here that Netlify doesn't support a traditional application server. I just Googled it on the side, which makes deploying to Netlify maybe a bit weird. But okay, maybe we can get to deployment later. You might even consider Replit, since you already have Replit as a potential place where we can deploy, and Replit does support multiple options, and if you need to switch to Postgres, Replit supports that as well. So it becomes very like, here it just seems like you have to use something external to Netlify to do that. So can you scroll back up, please? When it said API endpoints, there's some potential issues here. Yeah, right here where it says API entries and so forth, so on. It's like, so the way I had set this up initially in the project, we were using TRPC, which removes the need, if everything is internal, to have an external API. So can you ask it for a plan, given that we already have TRPC?
What's TRPC?
So yeah, TR, that's an R as in Rick, P as in pickle. So yeah, so TRPC is, so the language we're using here is TypeScript specifically, even over JavaScript. And TRPC is a way to manage API endpoints that are separate from what are called REST API endpoints. Usually called REST API endpoints, or just generic HTTP endpoints, which is what this has suggested. So,
oh my god, it's doing stuff.
It's trying to do too much as well here. I think it's just reading right now.
No, it did something.
Oh no, it did change. Okay. Oh, it did. Yeah. I would reject it for now. Like, let's not jump to anything, because it's trying to do two things at once, which is really just a recipe for disaster sometimes. It's trying to like create journal entry SQL. So it's trying to create like a database for journal entries first, where honestly, if all we had was login, even without the journal entries first, that would be fine. So like, maybe we can ask it to just start with just login first and not the journal entries. And that could come as a second step.
Should I? Oh, okay, it's too late.
What were you going to ask?
I was gonna say, should I have said, like, let's not do that?
Yeah, we should have rejected, because, and here, look at what it's doing. It's trying to use Supabase. Can we X this? Can we exit? And just tell it to use what we already have, and just like just use SQL. We already have SQL. I don't know why it's trying to do other like it's trying to install Tailwind. It's just I don't know why it's doing so like all these complicated things. Just use what we already have, bro.
I don't know. Okay, I feel like I'm not. Like it doesn't feel precise.
Yeah.
When I say let's do authentication.
Yeah. Like I mean, what do you imagine this entails precisely then?
Like, do we need to like create a page first or something?
So I would assume that it could do everything
Mm-hmm.
for us, to be honest, like mostly in terms of creating pages and all that business. So let's maybe think about the thing that we want, and maybe a little bit of how is we want user authentication with username, password, using SQLite. And I think let's maybe see what it does, because with its initial plan, it was still trying to like do yeah. Or email. I guess email password is better precise. And then let's just think very quickly here. I just want to you could ask it to take a look at you sound like me at work. Sorry, but can you add? Can you ask it to take a look at the current SQLite setup right at the end? Like, just add a sentence to say, take a look at the current SQLite setup. It might be that because we emphasized the browser database, that it's not really getting a sense of what was set up there already for SQLite, and is trying to find alternatives. So let's see.
Would it be helpful if like we pointed to like a specific place or?
Yeah, we could do that. I'd be curious to see, and then ask it to just give you a plan first. So maybe we can just maybe it can do that work, and if it doesn't, then we can guide it further. So
like we're looking for a plan.
Yeah, make a plan for user authentication. Yeah, perfect, exactly. So hopefully it won't. So yeah, that's what I thought. Is currently when I had made this, I had created a generic. Oh wow, there you go. Like you can't
doing stuff. I said do not do anything.
Well, no, you said do not do anything else, but we just said make a plan. But it sounds like make a plan and go ahead and do it. But while it's waiting for our reject or accept, let's just take a look. So yeah, I mean, so I did know this up front, which is in my SQL setup, even in my template, by default, I created a generic users table because I was like, oh, and that was just for me as an example, because I was like, okay, if I ever come back to this template and I want to create other tables, I could just use the basic users table as a model for what code to copy. And that helps the AI here. And it needs to do more, like password hashing is correct. Add email verification and password reset tokens. That's a bit much, because then now we have to send emails. And now we have to like have an email sender. So I'd recommend not doing email verification at the moment, and even just like email password straight up. Let's not worry about like email verification or sending emails. No sending emails right now. So even password reset would go out as a result of that for now. Yeah, this is definitely a trap, kind of using AI for this kind of stuff without. Yeah, let's scroll down a bit in terms of security. So use Argon 2 for password hashing. That doesn't sound too concerning to me. JWT for session management is also fine. Rate limiting, unnecessary, but not a big deal. CSR protection is a good thing to have, but can cause issues sometimes in the way that it's implemented. I would go through with it because it is like it's the right thing to do. But just to be wary about, like, if something breaks, we want to ask it to remove it. So it's done it all?
I don't know. It says.
Can we see, like, it looks like it's trying to. Okay, yeah, so it does have like the auth.ts. It does have those changes. Can we take a look at those changes, please?
Like the code?
Yeah, like just in your source control, it's showing us 3 files that were modified. So here's altering the table users, and it's adding a bunch of columns. So I guess we haven't given it the latest command. It will change these files in a bit, because once we tell it to, like, it's a verification token or reset token, all this functionality that we don't really want to start. Actually, let's give it that. Let's give it that command.
Should I reject?
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, let's reject all for now. This all seems fine. Just when I just look at it broadly, it seems okay, because it seems like it's just creating generally the right things. I would have said one more thing, which is this. Fine. Let's just is like, let's not send email. Like, no, let's not send any email. But that's fine. Let's see what it does. Yeah, password hashing is good. We do need that. Yeah, it doesn't seem like it's sending out any emails, which is fine. Okay.
Do you want to see it?
Yeah. Let's take a look in this case.
Wait, is this the same file?
Yeah, it's created similar files, but probably with just different. Yeah, so it's using something called Zod for verifying, or like setting a schema of the data that we're accepting through any endpoints. It's only interestingly done the back end here without any front end, which is interesting. Yeah, I mean, this looks fine to me. Yeah, scroll down. Keep scrolling down. Yeah, I mean, this looks mostly fine. I'm not concerned here. And then this is where it actually makes the API endpoint. So it's register for creating a new user. And then I assume that if you scroll down, it has something like a login. Yeah, there you go. And then maybe even a logout, but logout's not necessary. Okay, yeah. Yeah, all of these seem fairly fine to me. It is asking you to npm install certain stuff, but like, I don't know why it's asking you to install things that we already have here. Like, we're not using React. We're not, so like, does it even know the project it's in? Like, anyway, that's frustrating.
But we need this, right?
Yes, that's the one we would need, but not the other ones are actually dangerous, and it doesn't seem like it's done. Just maybe remind it we're using Nuxt. And we could probably accept these changes. It's fine if it alters them. And then maybe just ask it to do the front end as well. And we could see, because we can always get rid of everything because we're not committing just yet.
Pages?
Yeah, pages. Pages seems right. Yeah, let's see what it does. I'm so curious.
Whenever this happens, I'm like, should I do it? Like it's never clear to me.
No, it's doing it. It's. Oh wait, I think.
No,
Do you have to click run?
I have to click run.
Oh yeah, you should do this. Yeah, this you should do. Auto. I would say auto. Just YOLO. Which is which can be dangerous, but okay, fine. Like it's fine. Okay, login. Cool. Here's where I'm curious is like, is it going to use, we set a prime view here. Is it using the right components? Where did it get that exclamation circle icon from?
Wait, where are you looking at?
In this login .view file, it's line 47. Did that already exist? Did it create one? Maybe it created one. No, I don't. It seemed like it created it. So did our project already have that?
Should I see this page?
Can you scroll down, please, just on this example here? Yeah. It's not used any of Prime View's components. I don't think it knows where it is. Can you open up the file explorer? So right now we're in source control, but the top one, like the file explorer on the left side, the full left side. Sorry, yeah. Up, yeah, there you go. Do you happen to have any other projects other than Cocoon loaded up in the environment here? Like if where it says Cocoon, there's a drop down, like there's a close where it says under Explorer, it says Cocoon, the Cocoon folder. I wish I could.
Oh, this?
Yeah, there you go. Yeah. No, you don't. Okay, I was just curious whether, because just in case it's like getting, I don't know, React inspiration from something else or something. This is really weird to me. It's like we have all these components from. Okay, here's what I would do in this case. I would ask it to take a look at the other view pages and look at how they're using Prime View components.
Should I reference the?
I wouldn't. I would just be like, take a look at the other like view pages and let it figure it out. I'm not sure we have to reject all necessarily Prime View components, and then let's see. Yeah, let's see. Let's submit that and see what it does.
Okay, it's looking at the.
Yeah, it's like your apps existing. Does that that's what I would expect it to do by default? And I'm kind of like, what? I don't know. You're an AI. Why don't you do that to begin? You're in a project, right? Like I have to tell you. This looks better. Now these are using the components.
What exactly are you looking at when
Here,
you're like, yeah?
on line 37, it's using the panel component. For example, on line 53, it's using the input text component. Before, it was using just the input HTML tag, and now I know that it's using an actual component.
Okay. And then there's register.
See, like, the weird part is it already did the TRPC setup, but now it looks like it thinks it hasn't. Is your Windsurf having a bad day? That's what it looks like to me. It's like,
How? I don't know.
yeah, ask it to go ahead and do it. Let's just encourage it. Because ultimately we want like an end-to-end working thing. Yeah, go ahead. Good luck. I don't know. I'm confused. Honestly, I'm mildly disappointed, to be honest.
I do have an update, I guess.
Is that the update that fixes everything?
I don't know. or it could break more things.
Yeah, I think it's weird because it created those endpoints in the back end, but maybe while doing the front end, it didn't really use them. Can you, in the login or the register page, can you scroll all the way to the top? Just in the page you're in, yeah. So TRPC auth register mutate, that auth, that on line 25, it has a red underline on it. And it seems like it didn't properly connect the two for whatever reason, which is weird. Yeah, if you scroll down, it's literally saying, let's fix the router by rewriting it entirely. So that's wonderful. I think it is trying to fix it appropriately now, because at first it had only done the back end for whatever reason, and maybe we should have said just give it to us end to end. But it's fine. We're getting there now.
Oh, hey, no red underline now.
Yeah, because it's properly connected the things in the back end now, hopefully. Additionally, one of the so I mean there are some other issues that'll have to resolve. But in the meanwhile, if you look at if you command I would accept all because we don't have, or continue, yeah. And accept the diffs as well. Like there's no reason for us to not, to be honest. And then here, if you are you on Windows or Mac?
I'm on a Windows right now.
Yeah, if you control click on the word register on line 25. I guess it doesn't work that way. Oh no, it does. It does. Yeah, and click. Now it's taking you directly to the backend bit of code that runs. That's one of the advantages of using something like TRPC, because the code is interconnected. It is an extra layer of learning, because if you were to build out an API in the traditional sense of like a REST API, it would be simpler. But there are advantages to doing this as well. Yeah, it's telling you to test it by going to, if you scroll up a little bit here, it's telling you to test it by going to auth register and creating an account.
Okay. Let's see. Oh no. What is it? Auth register.
Yeah, you might just have to restart the server.
Mm.
That's fine.
How are you doing on this Friday evening?
I'm definitely very sleepy. I'm want to take a nap right after this, to be honest. Um, in my regular cycle of working out, I would have worked out today, but I wasn't feeling it, just in terms of overall fatigue building up. So they'll have to be. I'm gonna try tomorrow if I rest properly today.
Nice. I ran a half marathon this morning.
Oh really? Just casually, just casually ran a half marathon.
Yeah.
And in the morning, how long did it take you?
Like, I don't know, like 2 hours and something.
Wow.
Hours and yeah.
Wait a minute. Interesting. Okay. I'm sort of putting together just
2 hours and 27 minutes.
that's really good. That's really good time.
I have no idea.
I mean, it's it's good for that's really good for you for you.
Thanks.
That sounds rude, but you know
Thanks.
what I mean? Like is this is how many half marathons have you done now?
My second.
Wow. And yeah, I think for like your second, like where you're just kind of practicing, this is wonderful. Honestly, this is wonderful, like for your main runtime as well, because it implies that you did pretty fine in like pacing yourself and resting as well, or like what was your rhythm? Like how much walking did you do? How much running did you do?
Walking? What do you
Did you
mean?
do any walking?
No.
So you were running all the time. Did you
Yeah.
speed up and slow down?
I did. Um, I was fast, and then I was slow, and then I was consistent.
Yeah. Yeah. Um, I remember when because the first one I did was unintentional, and that was just I was just running for myself, and I was like, oh, why don't I? Because I take breaks after X number of minutes or whatever, and then I'd be like, oh, why don't I keep on running? And to me, that still counts because even with the break, I was gonna say we're gonna have an issue here with the server. We might have to go to see if on the back end in
Oh,
Windsurf to see if there's a particular issue. Yeah, so Argon 2 could not be resolved because it's not been installed. We could tell our friend to. Well, yeah, we could tell our friend to install it for us.
why? Like,
So, so we, so you know, so we
but
have.
isn't it okay?
Yeah, let's because to learn to see what it does. You know. So npm install is not what it should be using in our project here. It should be using pnpm install, but since we said auto, we already did it. So YOLO, I guess. I guess just tell it we use pnpm just as a.
PN PM. Oh, does it
Yeah.
stand for something?
Yes, I believe
Oh,
so. I know npm stands for Node Package Manager. I don't know what the
okay.
P in pnpm stands for. Let it figure it out. Let it run it. Let it do the whole thing, and then be like, oh shit.
Yeah, you were saying something about running. Oh, there we go. It doesn't need it.
Doesn't need it. Oh, let's try installing with using pnpm. It's saying, and now it's done it, and now it did work. So it figured it out. It turns out. This is weird.
Do I need to restart?
Oh, yeah. We definitely, after npm. This is weird. It's saying, would you like me to help you implement the password hashing? But like, you already did.
It seems to have a short.
Yeah.
I don't know, memory or something.
Yeah, that's fine. In this case, just for our purposes, since we're using pnpm here, I would just recommend using pnpm dev. I know in other projects we've used npm because that's the default, but in this one, pnpm dev. So you don't need the run bit. Cool. And let's just stay here for a few seconds to see whether the
illegal operation. What?
So it's trying to load some directory. Imported by server services auth ts. Let's just take a look at server services auth ts. Let's scroll all the way up to the top just to see whether it's importing something. So it is getting db from server db and it's not finding it. So yeah, I would want to, honestly, when I see an explain and fix button, I wouldn't know why I wouldn't click that. Let's go. Yeah, that seems legit. Why is it continuing to talk? Why did it do that? Oh, it's trying to make it work the way it did it. That's fine too. It's not a big deal. It's just
I don't understand.
Yeah, I mean,
it's doing so many things.
Yeah, in this case, you will begin to understand once we do our code. Whose breakfast isn't any from scratch, because we'll start to learn like these module imports. Like we'll have to like own the code. Then you really have to learn all the things. This change isn't that deep. I think your AI is having a bad day or is degraded. Like it's using a model that's not as context relevant. Can we double check which model you're using? What's SWE1? That's a...
I don't know, but it's...
That looks like some loser model right now, to be honest. Just being honest here.
GPT-5?
GPT-5 might be too heavy. But yeah, I don't know what the costs are here either, but I would prefer Claude Sonnet. Either one.
What is this saying? Oh, credits. I see.
I think our model... This is too much. Like whatever's doing now, I would reject all and just be like, bro, what just happened? Like this is not that deep. Can we Control C and restart the server again, please? Yeah, I don't know what to say. And let's go back to our file, and then when you go up, that's weird because I think I think the remnants of what the changes it made are still there, unfortunately. Can you go on the GitHub? Sorry, not GitHub, the source control tab. It probably has an index.ts somewhere. If you scroll down here, can you make that larger? I was gonna say, not that index.ts. That one's fine. It doesn't. It's fine. It seems, but it doesn't know. It doesn't know. Let's go back to auth.ts. It doesn't remember like the memory of the let's go back in. Yeah, there you go. Because it's in memory was incorrect. Let's try explain fix again now that we've modified the model to see if it's any better, and if not, then yeah, I don't know what model you were using before by default, but definitely today, whatever model we were using was not good. Not good enough, at least. Hopefully this model is smarter, I hope, or simpler at the very least. Because we've had a bad day from the start. Like we used SQLite, it didn't see it was just this is fine actually. This change is fine. It's not a bad change. Super simple change. Now if we go back to our auth.ts, it may not have, if you close the file and so this shouldn't be fine, I think. This is a bit weird, but let's restart the server and let's see if the server will pick it up. Or at least give us a new error.
We've gotten further.
Yeah, it's worked. I think the memory of the IDE hasn't picked up the code change. That's fine. Let's go back to the front end. Let's see. I love
beautiful.
this.
This is beautiful.
I must say I'm a fan. Can we test it to see if it works?
Oh, I need to put my name. Full name? Nah. Do I wanna put my real email here? No.
I think we just make a dummy email for now. That's fine.
I like the Are you seeing this?
I think Prime View has this built in certain areas.
Including the animation? That's so cool.
Yeah, it's nice. Makes you want to have a strong password.
I'm being judged for my poor email decisions. Oh my gosh. Especially if there's no reset email, Okay, cool. Oh.
Wow. Lame, weak.
Let's go. That was...
I think one of our problems...
Error. At least there's error message.
Yeah, it's nice. It did a good job. But I think this is the problem, I guess, of having used the model and not knowing, is from the start, we kind of got off on a weird foot. I'm wondering whether it's worth continuing from where we are, or I kind of feel like it's worth dumping everything, unfortunately.
Like a restart?
Yeah, I'm afraid so. Like, that's what I would do. How are you feeling about that?
I'm down.
Because my trust level just my trust level was just shattered. It just means we lose this time. But I just don't.
Okay.
Let's go to the Git and just remove, blow all the changes. And then load a new window.
Wait, why? Okay.
I think, yeah, on some of them, on the new files, maybe it takes a few seconds. Let's restart our server just in case, because we have, a new chat window. Let's make sure that our model is not SWE1 or whatever it was, which I'm going to Google in a second. And let's start with our, ask it, the same. Our goal is to be able to access the app through multiple devices and ask it for a plan. Yeah, look at this now. It's like, I'll analyze your current setup is the first thing it's doing versus whatever SWE did, which is assume that we're kind of just free writing or just, I don't know. Yeah, this is nice. It's even looking at our front end or back end. Massive difference. I'm almost upset. I'm like, it's, if the other model was an employee, I'd have to put it in a performance improvement plan. I'd be like, yo, bro, yeah, we need to have a chat. Like, you don't remember what we spoke about just yesterday?
They're a co-op.
Yeah, I mean, so yeah, it's found DEXY. Yeah, this means the data is device locked and cannot sync across devices. Perfect. Add an authentication system, right? So implement JWT, login, register endpoints, add middleware.
What's middleware?
Store user. Middleware is sort of in a server, you have all these endpoints, let's just say, and on top of that, you can have kind of a middleware before those endpoints get reached. And in this case, you would have an authentication middleware, which gets passed through. It's just a fancy word of saying another layer before you get to the endpoint. So here it says replace client-side storage with server procedures, which is saying, hey, I'm just gonna do no client-side storage, and all of that is gonna go. But we can tell it to say, hey, we want to continue to use client-side storage and sync to the backend, and ask it for a new plan with that info. Because replacing is just too large a thing. Like, we might eventually, but we don't want to start with replacing.
Just gonna add.
And then additionally, we can tell it that we just want to implement. So now give us a plan. Let's just scroll down to see what the last few bits of this plan were. 5 and 6, SSR, deployment. Okay, fine. And we just tell it we just want to implement simple authentication. So let's see how it interprets simple authentication.
So what was it specifically about the storage?
We want to sync. So we want to continue to use client-side storage and sync to the server in the future. But
I can't spell.
But tell it that we're going to do that later. For now, let's only implement simple authentication. And then ask it to give you a plan. Just give me the plan. Yeah. Okay, let's see. It's going in the right direction though, just broadly. Like it's at least this is way better than what we had before, where it was disconnected to everything we did. This detected that we're using client side, although the other one did know that we were using client side, but this detected SQLite, it detected everything else. Cookies, yeah, hashing. It's going to use bcrypt, great. So it's still prepping for sync, but we could just say, okay, this sounds great. Let's only implement step 1, for example. Yeah, all of this broadly seems fine, but I wouldn't worry too much about it, and only just if you scroll the way up, let's just review step 1, which is create the TRPC endpoints, and then create login register pages. Yeah, let's implement just step 1. And ask it to store the entire plan in a auth.md file, because if you close this and you re-reference it, then you want to get it to do that. And so even if you want to change the plan, that's fine. But and then when you come back to it later, you could just ask it to take a look at the auth.md plan.
Why does this say?
Yeah, it's even broken that down into multiple steps here. So it's using PNPM right off the gate. We didn't have to tell it.
It's interesting that I had auto selected.
Sometimes the first one you have to manually do. So I guess in this case, let's just let it run free.
Is this not the same thing?
No, because in TypeScript, in addition to the library, you also sometimes install the types for that library.
What are types?
So in JavaScript, it's not a type language. Types in a language, in different languages, do different things depending on how the language implements types. But in Ruby, for example, we declare a variable just by saying, name equals a string, and Ruby infers the type of that variable as a string. Other languages, we declare types explicitly. So you would say const name : string equals the name string. So you explicitly say this variable is a string. So TypeScript isn't quite that either, though you can do that in TypeScript. TypeScript will infer as well, but is more typed. So in this case, for example, you see email : string right here on line 16. So we're declaring an interface called user table and defining kind of each element in there. JavaScript by default doesn't have this. TypeScript is a language that encompasses JavaScript and adds typing on top of it. Yeah, this seems to be doing very sensible things thus far. So SWE1 is Windsurf's own model.
I see. I heard from a developer that you also know that they use SWE for their work. So I don't know what that means.
We'll need to chat about this later.
Okay.
So that you can send me, maybe through the private chat here, you can send me the name. And we're going to have a conversation. Yeah, we need to have because it just means that they have to do more work, and their experience and their own mental model now of AI is filtered by this. I would not recommend it, but okay, fine. But maybe they've worked out the nuances, right? Like sometimes an experienced developer can leverage different AI models, but for what we had to tell, you should send this developer a link to this thing, and then they can decide.
It'd be like,
on the
we spent an hour and however many minutes.
yeah. I mean, definitely the folks at Anthropic are doing something decent, where they've managed some level of speed and competency in their model, where I guess ChatGPT 5 is fairly slower for coding that I saw, and it was fine, but like, I'm happy with a little bit less.
What is Code Supernova 1 million?
It's free also. Code Supernova 1 is a new stealth model that gets 1 million tokens. I don't know. Some people using it with Cursor and saying they're really impressed. The only problem is it's really slow. They say.
What's
This is
your
interesting.
what's your preferred setup?
I don't have I only use Claude Code, which is on the command line. It by default uses whatever model it thinks it needs to use in Anthropic. So like, I don't have the option of using Gemini within Claude Code. I don't think, like, so it's only the Claude models that I have, and I don't think much about it. But I think by default now they all use Sonnet 4.5, and I've been largely happy with how it's gone about.
Cool.
I've tried Gemini a bit, but I find it a little slower than Claude for my, like, I don't know, like, I need quicker feedback for me to stay engaged, I guess. Even if the quality is good, if I lose engagement, then the overall quality is going to be low just by default. And that's something that I have to track in my head, is like, what works for me. What's your preferred model, Mary?
I don't have one.
Clearly.
Can't you tell?
Yeah, clearly. Oh, wait.
It's trying to test.
Yeah, let's let it. This is usually where it gets a bit weird, because it's trying to start its own dev server to try and test internally, where you kind of have your dev server on the side. So this might not work out. Do I need to
press a key?
I don't know. I don't think so. I think it should know how to handle it or not handle it. You could tell it, hey, I'll do the testing. Settle down, bro. I'll do the testing.
Yeah, sure. Let's see.
You want to stop? Actually, you should tell it. What I mean is, actually do explicitly tell it. Can you scroll up, please? Because it has a running server. This is fine. This is just giving you an overview. If you scroll up again, sorry. It has a running server, so you want to stop that one as well. Yeah, because it started its own server. And actually tell it, hey, for any more changes, I will manually test. Please don't test yourself. I actually sometimes do explicitly tell my Claude Code instance, because I want to be the one doing bits of testing, and if I want it to do any testing, I usually tell it manually. Like, I'll be like, hey, please test this.
So you do tell the AI to test some things.
Yes. Yeah. Especially in the back end, it's more straightforward. But okay, I guess let's restart the server, because it did pnpm install stuff.
right. Oh, I thought I briefly saw something.
So this is a deeper issue. It's not surface level, so I'm not sure what's going on, but you could copy paste the whole error up top. I would just press enter here without any extra text. That's just me. I like, it's an error. Like,
Oh, I thought maybe I could at least say this is happening on the register page or something.
It's that's happening. It's just, maybe this is not what we want. Let's just see. Go ahead and accept. Yeah. Okay, now it seems like it's kind of doing extra, but okay, fine. Let's try and trust it.
Ooh, okay.
We don't. Okay. Did it blend? Okay, I mean, come on now. Can we actually go see the register page to see if it's used prime in the code?
Like the code?
Yeah.
Yes. Good point.
Ideally and hopefully it has.
Wait, where is it? Oh, there.
So it hasn't. I would ask it to, actually, because what else is the point of using a framework if you're not gonna? Yeah. But if you did want, to tell your developer friend about the models, you should see a screenshot of the login page that SWE1 built, the single line login page. And then, maybe we could give them, well, let's hope Claude here with Prime View does better, because we never saw the other page, to be fair to SWE1. So hold back on that update, but I'm just saying that should be an option. Yeah, okay. Panel input text password. Yeah, seems legit.
Cool. Let's see.
Please be screenshotable. Yeah.
It's very, yeah. It's better. It's better than the other one.
Yeah. Sure. I just, apart from that's a bug in, like, here you should say make the password field full width.
Let's see the logging page. Okay.
Actually, yeah, just actually, we should, if it does its job correctly, we should just see this fix itself. Like, we don't have to refresh or anything. It should just show us the update. Honestly, it should just.
It did not. It did something. Oh, it
Really?
added class W full.
Yeah. Hold on. There's another values. If prime view input text. Ask it to make it fluid. Make the password field fluid.
Fluid.
Mm-hmm.
What does fluid mean?
You'll have to check the docs.
Oh, it did.
There we go. Okay. Saw it live. Okay, let's test it out. Here, I'm curious whether the backend works as well. Here's a pro tip before you press enter, which is sometimes, in this case, it doesn't matter, but I just want to offer this to you generally is when you use fake emails, if your system is sending emails, they will be sent to this fake email. And if it's someone is receiving them, then they're getting your emails. If you don't want that, then you want to use example.com.
Okay.
Where emails just go to die.
Cool.
Yeah. So a little pro tip here.
I'm hungry.
That means it's time to go. That means it's time to wrap up.
Okay. When I try to sign up, I'm getting this error.
I would have just copy pasted it, but I was like, okay, fine. You know, whatever.
I know. I know you would have.
And you're like, well, because I feel like this is something the machine should be able to figure out, you know? Okay, yeah, that seems correct. Yeah, okay. Let it.
What's a composable?
Also something you'll have to
Okay.
to Google yourself. I mean, I'm happy to answer them, but I feel like the discovery process, self-reliance for the curious is the best tool, I feel. Oh, you are trying to see right now. You're like, Deep Wiki, tell me.
Okay.
Can you right-click composable here in this window? I'm curious whether you can engage Deep Wiki from here. So it's on the bottom where it says, I need to update. Yeah, right-click.
No.
No. Oh, what a fail. Because it says right there, right-click on a symbol and select See Wiki.
I think you can only do it in here.
Tragic.
Oh, I just accepted it.
Yeah, that's fine. Let's see. Even Google's like, you're weak.
Something happened.
Yeah, we don't know if it created or not.
Should we
Here's something.
wrap up for now, or?
Yeah, are you done? Are you like? Are you? You don't want to. You don't want to. Wow. Can you? You don't want to even log in. You don't want to try and log in
I
with your.
do.
But
Yeah, I
But you
guess so.
also
I
want to
guess
leave.
so.
You also want to leave right now.
Okay, let's try.
I'm hungry too, Mary. But you know what? I started something, and when I start something, I don't quit.
Oh, okay.
So okay, yeah, interesting. So
Huh.
it just didn't send us to the
Yeah.
right place after we registered. It should
Okay.
probably log us in and do that, but you know, but you're too hungry to do that
No,
now. So
let's do it.
oh no, I thought okay, I thought wow. I just wanted to say that when
You were
I feel
ready to
like
go have
I'm
dinner.
yeah, I did. I was relying on your lack of steadfastness or your commitment to eating.
I'm very hungry. What's for dinner?
I don't know. I'm in Markham today, so maybe there's something at home.
So something delicious.
Yeah, yeah, actually. Um, it now call this. Okay, yeah. Let's see. This should based on what it's suggesting here. Do it. So
I should like create a different one, right?
unless you want to test, the other scenario,
Wait, what's the other scenario?
which is duplicate email. If you're trying to sign up through the same email.
Oh man.
I thought you were hungry. I did not, Okay, so awesome. Yeah, yeah.
That's cool.
Nice, right? Yeah, yeah. Okay, cool.
Nice.
You can even do things like, have it have a toast pop up at some point or whatever the case may be. I will offer you just one debugging thing before we go. Because you delayed me eating, I'm going to delay you eating for a little bit. If you go to our friend AI and ask it what's in the users table. And here, like, if it was unclear to you whether something was stored or not, we did the login route, which worked and which was great. But actually ask it to show you the rows. Get the rows. It should be able to get them. There you go. Perfect. Okay, that's unfortunate because I think on the command line you don't have SQLite installed. So okay, well, maybe a different. Oh no, it tried to write a task to do that for you, but for whatever reason that didn't work either. Unfortunately, okay, fine. I mean, wait, it's still trying, but that's fine. I mean, at some point you can install. Yeah, you can install SQLite on your command line, and use this technique. It is very useful. I have used it in the past when I quickly need to see something. It's just nice to just get the AI to do the command versus trying to write a script on your own or write the code on your own. But yeah, that's about it. Unfortunately, it didn't work. And as you know, I'm a quitter. I know. Wait a minute. What am I? I'm not a quitter. That's what I'm saying. I have bucket. If you saw, I have like buckets full of grit here. I have so much grit. I'm overflowing with grit. You know how people do like cold plunges? I do grit plunges, where I just like submerge myself in grit every morning.
I mean, that doesn't. Okay, cold plunges sound like hell. like
no, I said
I don't.
grit.
I can't imagine grit plunges being worse than cold plunges.
I didn't say I said grit plunges. I didn't say code plunges. I did say grit plunges.
Okay,
But
cool.
by the way,
no,
it
I
worked.
got it.
Yeah. So what it ended up doing was it ended up writing a script, like a JavaScript file to do that. And even that is useful, like even if that code is temporary or throwaway, you could ask it questions like this and it will figure them out for you, which is useful. So, there it is. Um, cool. We will have to find a deployment environment where SQLite can be used, or we will need to switch to Postgres. And so maybe next time, or maybe in your pursuit of Cocoon, you can try and deploy to Replit and see if persistent deploys retain data.
Okay.
And if not, then we switch to Postgres, which Replit does support. We know it supports it.
Cool.
Alrighty.
Sounds good.
What's for dinner for you? Oh, hello. Welcome to my show. Part of Like It's Friday, where the distribution of screen space is based on the importance of the person.
Yes.
I don't make the rules.
Yes. Yes.
That's just how it is.
Oh, hi.
Even this is pretty good, actually. This still.
Are you doing this
follows the rules.
intentionally?
Not at all. I just clicked on the button. Okay. Are you happy now? Okay. So, what's for dinner for you? Is what I was gonna say.
I don't know yet. TBD.
Okay.
Probably something greasy because it's Friday.
And then I wanna tell you one little bit from your greasy dinner, and it's the running story. So the half marathon I ran I took breaks in between because it was the first time I was doing it, and I didn't intend to go further. I was just like, I'm gonna stop now, and I'm like, oh, I'm not gonna stop now. Actually, I'll just keep going. So that was that. In the one where I registered to run, there I was. I didn't walk. I did slow down just to either like catch my breath a little bit or just pace myself. But at the end, I actually ran faster because I just wanted to. I had some energy, and I was like, okay, I think I did too much kind of waffling at the start, and I was like, I just want to finish this at a in an energetic way, and so yeah, it was that little bit that I kind of gave it a little bit more at the end. When are you running your next half marathon?
So my today run was semi-planned. Like I had this thought that I wanted to do one before winter arrives.
Yeah, it's a great idea, actually.
And yeah, this week has been kind of weird for me, so I was like, let me just go for a run and clear my head, and
Right.
it was kind of like, okay, let me just keep running and see what happens. I don't have any meetings until I don't know when.
Right. So let me just run it out. Yeah. No, that's a great. I'm glad you did that. It's a great idea.
My next one probably is gonna be in the spring.
Okay. All right.
Like
yeah.
I don't. I feel like
which you intend to win. I feel like that the goal there is winning. So definitely you're gonna have to cut that time by quite a bit. I'm afraid. 220
but I
just
did
won't cut it.
Yeah, I did a 10K last Sunday, I think.
Which you won?
Which was
did they
a
give you a medal?
race. I was slower than I'd like to be.
Really? So you actually have speed goals?
No, not really. It's more just like I was slower than my average. Let's just say. So my goal was just to be faster
to be
than
yourself.
my average. Yeah.
Okay, that's fair. Yeah. Okay. Well. Arlif. Run like it's Friday. I'm just thinking, what if we just pivoted to just being a running show? Where really there's only one runner. We're just talking about running. We could run. We could also run. Like, I feel like you'd have to run a little bit on the running show.
Just like be out of breath while while you talk.
Yeah, I like that though. So you would have like one of those stick cameras while you run, and I would be just yelling at you from here, and
you'll be like, run faster.
Yeah, I know I said yelling, but what I meant was encouraging you from here, and you would be actually running, but while we're talking about like running shoes or the the mental space of a runner or technique of things like that. So consider it. I'm not saying we should do that. I'm just offering this as an option.
It's funny. I had this maybe we should stop the stream.
Okay, we can end the stream. We can end the stream. Unless you want to tell the story on stream. That's up to you.
No, it's not a story. It's more just like back when I was first getting into running, as you know, it's not something I've always done. I was like, oh, it could be so fun to like have like a run with me thing, just like different places, different cities. Like you find a nice route for like 5Ks, 10Ks, whatever, and you just do that. Like I think Apple Fitness has that.
Run with me, so you're inviting others to run with you. Is that the idea here?
Like it's like a virtual run. How like they're like on I think on Apple Fitness in their like subscription thing, they have these like audio, I guess, run with me situations. Like it can be like, oh, run with me through downtown Toronto. Now we're passing, I don't know. Now we're passing this area. Yeah.
So it just tells you, okay, but so you're doing the actual running and I am an observer, I'm hearing the updates of where you are. Is that right?
Yeah. And the idea is that as you run, you can pretend like you're somewhere else, I suppose.
I see. Okay.
Yeah.
But in this case,
I tried it once and I was like, this is weird.
Yeah, but the run with me that I want is you go to the app, you press run with me, it notifies your friends or the world, and I get a link where maybe you're wearing some glasses or something, or maybe you have a video here, and I could see like running. I want to see running happening. Maybe I'm pretending I'm running while you're running in real life. I'm on a treadmill, and I'm looking at the video of you running, and I'm
running VR.
Yeah, like also like vicariously running through other people. That's what it is. Really, it's like it's run with me. It's like as if you're running with me, but you're not. So that's what I want. Maybe that's the next app you build after whose breakfast is it anyway?
Yes.
Okay.
Cool. All right. We're not going to be here next Friday.
Next Friday, we're not going to be here. Yeah.
Due to other things.
Due to other plans, yes.
So I guess we'll be back 2 weeks from now. If not sooner, I suppose.
Can people expect progress from you in between this time? Is that, we don't have to make a commitment. I'm just curious.
Maybe. I feel like where Cocoon is right now feels very daunting to me. Like, actually, I guess not.
You could try deploy. You could try deploy. Yeah, you've done that before in Repellite, so
yeah,
that's fine. Yeah,
maybe.
Okay, let's
not
see.
Next
week,
let's find out. Maybe early, the week after.
The week after. Okay. Yeah, I'm curious to see the updates, and okay, take us to dinner.
Cool. All right, we'll wrap it up and see you in 2 weeks, if not sooner. Where's your catchphrase?
I was gonna yeah, that's right. I thought but we have to go to this page here and it'd be like